Welcome to the Midnight Screams, The Man in the Forest, written by Julian B. Adapted by Midnight Screams. I went camping in the deep woods of Maine with a childhood friend. Let's call him Ethan. We'd both been camping plenty of times before, but this was Ethan's first time visiting this particular location. I knew the area well, secluded, beautiful, and peaceful. The kind of place where no one would hear you scream. We hiked several hours to reach a clearing deep in the forest, arriving just before sunset. We set up camp, started a fire, cooked some food, cracked open a few beers, and just talked under the fading sky. It was shaping up to be a perfect night. But then, maybe 2 hours in, we both heard something moving just beyond the glow of our fire. Branches snapping, something, or someone, stepping around just out of sight. We checked. Saw nothing. Honestly, it felt like nothing at the time. Just a random animal, probably. When you're used to camping, you learn to ignore the little noises. They're usually harmless. We eventually put the fire out and went to sleep in our tents, totally forgetting about it. The next morning, we woke up early. About a half-mile through the woods from our camp was a private, hidden pond. No trails led to it. No signs pointed toward it. You had to know it was there. That was the beauty of it, complete solitude. It even had a tiny waterfall and a small river running through it. We spent 3 or 4 hours out there, just enjoying the quiet. Eventually, we returned to camp, grabbed some food, and I even took a short nap. As the sun started to lower again, around 6 p.m., I realized we hadn't collected any firewood yet. Most of what we'd used the night before was gone. I got to work searching while Ethan said he was going to take a little walk, maybe explore a bit and grab any sticks he found on the way back. It was something he always did, wander off alone to soak in the silence of nature. So I said, sure, and kept on collecting wood. But time passed. The sun dropped lower, and Ethan still wasn't back. Something about the silence felt wrong. Ethan was experienced enough to know you don't wander far from camp this close to sunset. Out here, there's no cell phone service, only our satellite messengers. We always carried them in waist packs along with bear spray and other emergency gear. I grabbed mine to check in and saw that Ethan had already messaged me, just a few minutes earlier. "I got kind of lost," he said, "but I found the pond again." I replied immediately, "Stay there. I'm coming to get you." Out here, when you're lost, the rule is simple. Don't move. Let the other person find you. Knowing the trail well, I hurried toward the pond. But it was already becoming a race against the setting sun. About halfway there, maybe 4 or 5 minutes from the pond, my messenger buzzed again. I figured it was Ethan, checking in or asking how close I was. But the message said, "I see you." I froze. I wasn't even near the pond yet. There's no way Ethan could see me. I typed back quickly, "I don't see you. Where are you?" No reply. Heart starting to race, I picked up my pace, practically running to the pond. I reached the tree line, eyes scanning the area. From there, I could see the whole perimeter around the water. Ethan was nowhere to be seen. My blood ran cold. I pulled out the messenger. My last message hadn't even been opened. I shouted his name into the trees. No response, just silence. The sun was almost gone now. I had to get back to camp fast, or I wouldn't be able to find it in the dark. As I retraced my steps through the forest, it kept playing in my head. "I see you." Who sent that message? I was about a minute from the clearing when I noticed it. A flickering orange glow. The campfire was lit. Someone was standing next to it. Relieved, I walked faster, thinking Ethan had found his way back. But the figure at the fire turned suddenly, looked right at me, and then ran, sprinted away from the fire and vanished into the trees. That wasn't Ethan. I bolted toward the fire, heart thudding, eyes scanning the dark woods. I started hammering messages to Ethan in a panic. And then, thank God, Ethan emerged from the opposite side of the campsite, wide-eyed and pale. I saw someone, he said, panting. I thought it was you. But it wasn't. He told me he had seen a man near the pond walking toward him in total silence. He tried to ask for help, but the man didn't speak, just smiled. And Ethan said there was something wrong with his face, something that didn't look human, like it had been put together wrong. That's when Ethan ran. No sense of direction, just blind panic. Eventually, he spotted the fire and followed it back to camp. We didn't wait. We packed up and left immediately. The hike back was the longest walk of my life. Every step, I felt eyes on us. Every sound made us freeze. And on the way home, all I could think about was that first night. The sound outside our tent. That wasn't a raccoon. That wasn't a fox. He'd been watching us, waiting, for one of us to be alone. Just knowing that someone, something, was lurking in the dark just beyond the firelight while we laughed, talked, and slept. It's a thought that still haunts me. Ethan and I still talk about that trip from time to time, but one thing's for sure. We'll never go back to those woods again.